Do you have a question about anything at the Devon? Or
Oh, yeah.
what is that?
That incident that happened with the boys earlier.
Yeah.
That officer right there.
Uh-huh.
When they kicked some young gentlemen out
A young
that were upset.
gentleman? Okay.
A few of them.
Just upset, so they had no reason to be kicked out?
I don't know.
You
just
don't know? Okay.
No, I was there.
Thank you. But you
nice
said you
to meet
didn't know. I'm the chief of this organization.
That's wonderful.
So
That's great
awesome.
to know. That gentleman was insulting a little boy. Said he needed to go eat some Oreos.
Okay. You want to hear the insults that we have been hurled upon us.
I cannot even imagine.
So what penalty phase should we have on all the insults hurled upon us when I got out of my car?
He was a child.
Okay, so if my child would do that, they would be grounded for a month, except my kids aren't of that because there's a penalty phase. So what penalty phase do you think there should be?
I have a 20-year-old.
And he's
and a 12-year-old.
Sure.
And an 8-year-old.
Awesome. So you know how to do this. So how should we do this?
And a 2-year-old.
And how should we do this?
I would like to answer you.
Go ahead.
So I've been parenting for 20 years.
Awesome.
And I saw that something was off.
Okay.
During, I have the conversation with another gentleman on the phone. I brought my 3 littles here. My other one's in the Air Force right now. My husband's in the Army right now.
That's super cool. Thank you for his service and your child service.
And thank you for your policing.
Yeah.
So when I got here, something seemed amiss.
Okay.
And I have it on video, a group of
So you'll let us
police.
use this to try to identify the people that are causing the problems?
Possibly, if we identify the reason.
Well, it goes with our other,
and
we
the
have
problem.
high-def cameras.
That's
all
great.
over here,
And then
so.
you can get me on them filming everybody. And because of recent events and from the beginning of time
Like our
events.
recent record murders in Decatur in 2020?
I'm not talking about record murders. I'm talking about altercations with the police.
Okay.
I'm talking about that.
I can only
because
speak
of
with
that.
what happens in Macon
And you
County.
can. Decatur, Illinois,
Sure.
is like the 7th worst place for African Americans to live. That's from USA Today.
I was a Decatur police officer for 27 years.
Okay, I've been black for 39. But that's great.
I'll tell you what, I don't want to intrude upon this wonderful experience. If you would like to come to my office on Monday and we can have our human resources, I'd love to have a conversation with you.
We can totally have a conversation.
But we're
I'm
burning up your pool time here.
It's okay. My littles are fine. I just want to make sure that a group of young men that I said be respectful young men
they were respectful.
and leave them alone. I said I went to de-escalate the situation. I'm also
Awesome. Well,
a nurse
thank
case manager officer.
You're an RN?
So yes, I'm
Awesome.
in school. I'll be a
Cool.
nurse practitioner.
That's
So
what my kids do.
and I just received the Macon County Foundation scholarship
Oh,
for
so
it.
cool.
So
My kids
but
have
I
got a
just
full ride
wanted,
Mennonite
that's
school literacy,
wonderful.
so.
My daughter's at ISU and my husband's
fine.
at SIU and I'm at ISU. So that's
Awesome.
great.
There you go.
I just wanted to make sure that the minors were okay.
Okay.
And so when I went up to the minors, I said, young men, leave. Multiple times. I said, I will pay for you to not have an interaction with these police. I will pay for you to come back tomorrow.
Okay.
Another young man came up and asked them to not argue with the other young men.
Okay, awesome.
And they kicked him out as well. And so there were some men, not even men, there were some juveniles that were being disrespectful. And trust and believe, we don't do that in my household either.
Is there an
But there were some, well, you came up and wanted to talk to me, so I'm just telling you what happened. I'm just telling you what happened. Yeah, there were some young men that were kicked out trying to de-escalate the situation for no reason. And I told everybody, if they would leave, I would pay for all of them to come back tomorrow.
That's super cool.
Some were heckling the police officers, and if you look at his body camera, if that's whatever y'all do,
Yeah, so
some police
when he gets
officers were
heckled,
heckling him back.
Okay. So
When he gets heckled,
that's a
when he gets heckled, if it's a 12-year-old, who said, I paid my money, this is the long
if it's a
day.
12-year-old that says, "Fuck you, officer," what
He
is
didn't.
that?
Well, there were
Oh,
some that were.
I got it all
This
on
is the
tape.
thing. That's great because I have it too.
Yeah,
so
but
there
that's
were
great
some
for them
that
to
were being.
disrespect
I
police?
never said that, and it's not good for a police
Okay.
officer to heckle a child
Okay.
because we have training and emotional intelligence. So if a child
Who
is
has training and
already
emotional- Wait, what was this now?
us as adults, police officers and adults
Have
and
training
professionals,
and emotional intelligence.
we possess training and emotional intelligence that a 12-year-old does
Like
not.
Formalized training, talking about life experience.
I'm talking, well, I would think that the police are trained in de-escalation training, but yes, the police,
Okay.
I know this, I mean, in my last thesis paper was on it,
Okay. Do
are
you have statute
trained.
numbers on that or anything?
I can pull up
Awesome.
maybe on my laptop. My statistics class was last semester.
Awesome.
But I'm just saying, we as adults
Okay.
have training to not engage with the
All
12-year-old.
adults or most adults? Or?
Police officers, trained police officers that we pay tax
So
money
we shouldn't
to protect us.
interact with juveniles or something?
You can, yes, you should do whatever you're supposed to do.
Okay.
You shouldn't engage and heckle children. No, especially when some of them had no fault in the matter, were kicked out anyway, were lumped all together, were upset, saved their money, don't get to do this.
Okay.
Okay, less than 50 years ago, my people couldn't even swim with your people here in Decatur.
And 50 years ago?
My folks,
How old are you?
my parents.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
Okay. And
So
your point being?
my point is there is a deep, deep, deep polarization and a newness to all of this.
Uh-huh.
So a
I
newness
remember.
to even being integrated
Really?
and swimming
I'm 54,
together.
and we've always swam together and been integrated. I'm 54
Okay, because
years
like
old.
the Decatur Club, that was segregated.
When was it segregated?
I'll have to get the
Okay, you'll
the
have to,
statistics,
sure, because you
but
just
I
said
can
the
get
Decatur
that.
Club
Yeah.
was segregated within the past 50 years. It was segregated.
I believe so. If
You believe so,
I'm
but
a
you don't
couple
know.
decades, no.
Okay.
When my father-in-law would pass the
Okay.
mud hole that he had to
Okay.
swim at,
Thank
when my
you very
father-in-law
much.
would pass
I-
the mud hole that he had to swim at,
He
I said,
passed-
Pops,
I swam in a
why,
mud hole.
Why did you swim in the mud hole?
I swam in a mud
he
hole.
said, well, we couldn't swim at the other place,
I
baby.
couldn't swim at the Decatur
my
Club, too. I swam in a mud hole.
is 69.
Awesome. That's a good age.
So, what I'm saying is, if I see something amiss, and if I
Okay.
see a grown man,
There's a lot of miss in
A
Decatur,
grown
ma'am.
man.
As I say, I did this
Yes,
as a lead
with
homicide
children.
investigator for
These are
20 plus
half-naked
years.
children,
Yeah.
and nobody's
There's a
going
lot
to
of miss
kill
in Decatur.
anybody.
Thank you very
Have
much.
a great day. I can't wait to post
There is
this.
a lot of miss in Decatur.
There sure is.
Yeah.
With babies.
Okay.
These are babies.
Yeah,
Okay? As you can see, the police officer came up to me, engaged in conversation, and left, and then pointed at me. look at my schedule. I'm a mother of 4 and a college student and a nurse.
Okay.
But we could do a Zoom maybe.
I don't want a Zoom. I don't like that. That scares me. So if I can meet you somewhere and I can bring a director or one of our human resources because we want to make things better.
I would love to do that. I'm all about that.
And then I'll put forth some issues that we've had and you tell us how we should behave.
Okay, but speaking
I
would love to. Speaking of, I would absolutely love to analyze it. That's great. That's wonderful.
And I want you to tell us how we should interact in some of these
equity
situations.
And diversity and inclusion and restorative justice is my cup of tea,
awesome.
officer. So I would love to contribute.
We should do it.
Well, I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
20 minutes in the lot and steal a car.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to. Some conversation. No, he said Zoom scares him. Zoom scares him. Anything documented? That scares me.